Hopefully this should be kind of fun. Talk about the good old days. Johnny Rockets and that kind of
Oh,
stuff.
I'm sorry, we're kind of
What?
here to talk about punk what?
Punk, punk. What? Oh, Van Cothern, you're talking about? Yeah, yeah. They like to be called Eddie and Alex all the time. It was kind of a weird thing, and
As time moved on, we understand, eventually kind of parted ways. Could you elaborate on maybe how that transpired?
next. Again, the analogy of Van Cothern. I mean, it was kind of how like Van Halen likes to suck all the talent out of somebody and then move on to the next guy and and then bring that guy back at some point.
Could you elaborate on, from what we understand, once Carmen came into the picture, maybe some people did compare her
Carmen.
to Yoko Ono. How would you like?
Some people, I thought everybody did. That was the consensus, right? That yeah, she was. I think the driving force that kind of broke up the band. Of course, after I had already gotten scooted out, and they brought in the next guy and all that. But yeah, I think that's about all I really can say about that one.
Tell us more about the song "Constipation." Now, you're pretty well known for that song. Um, how are you involved in that song, and is there any good recollections?
Wow, I really thought we were talking about Johnny Rockets here today, and the great success that we had with that band. But if we really want to get into that song, Constipation was it called?
Was that from like life experience, or what was the inspiration behind that song
Wow,
for punk life?
punk one. We're gonna continue talking about punk one. What was the young one's name again? Jason. Jason. I think he had some bouts with it, and that might have been where the ideas came from. Honestly, I think that's where a lot of his ideas for songs came from while he was, kind of on the crapper. Yeah. Next question.
So about punk what? Um,
Okay.
So, a lot of people are intrigued by this band. It's back when, they might have been compared to the Ramones or, bands such as that. And
Wow.
we know you're known for being,
I,
involved in a band.
I didn't know
Would you
that.
compare them to, again,
Ramones.
punk what? Compare them to like one of the main staples of punk music?
A punk. Wow. Well, I guess that's what they were kind of going for. Man, I just really, I really thought we were talking about a different band. But if we're gonna keep pushing on this, I guess if I get it done, and just to get it done, and we'll get done with this. But let's see, a comparison to a band. Other than, like I said, the arrogance of like the Van Halen brothers and that kind of thing. With them, wow. Yeah, yeah. Turn it off. That'd be great. But the comparison I'd make with Johnny Rockets as far as who they would be most like, wow, I'd have to say almost like the Foo Fighters, or maybe even Nirvana, something like that. But overall, I'd say the success of Johnny Rockets was kind of really built on, my, me,
Oh, that's great.
obviously.
That's great.
But
Yeah.
oh,
So, anyway, so let's move on about punk what, anyways.
more about punk what? Okay.
Yes.
Eric, in the top 100 Rolling Stone list. Uh, can we move on? Next question. Oh, come on. Really? Another call? Don't you know how to? That's the button on the side. You just turn it down. Like we were talking about with the wedges that came into play with Carmen and Carol. The whole songwriting kind of vibe went a little way off from where we were. I mean, we used to be a really on the edge punk type, in your face kind of music. Nuke the Pregnant Women, and you know, talking about a hole in my butt that goes all the way to China and that kind of stuff. And these girls come in and they start writing these flowery songs about unicorns, and that's when I was glad that by that time I was that's when Johnny Rockets really was kind of picking things up, and I had nothing to do with that anymore, so I was kind of
Sure,
happy.
sure, Johnny Rockets.
Happy.
But anyways, let's go back to
But
Punk Watt.
punk what?
Anyways,
All right.
thanks. Let's go back to Punk Watt.
All right.
Thanks. Let's go back to Punk Watt.
All right. Just
So anyways,
well, I mean, just one more question about punk what. I think that's about all I can handle, really.
are you,
But
well,
I mean, so let's hear it. What do you got, Chief? Come on.
so anyways, how did things transpire at the end though? Was there actually direct cutoff, or just kind of did you go off on your own? Can you elaborate on that?
So the end, how it really the split, and how things kind of, I guess, terminated with us and Punk Watt, well, with me and Punk Watt, I should say. And oh, really, guy? Oh, good for you. Isn't that just great? Yeah,
I apologize.
yeah. Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, we're here trying. Come on. I don't even understand why I'm still here. Are we done? Is that it? Or
I have one last question.
another last question? Okay. All right. Gosh, okay. I can only imagine what this question is. Let's go.
We do appreciate your time, John. So,
Right. Right.
so we kind of like to wrap up things with a little question.
Finally. All right. It's my favorite part of the interview so far.
So we'd like to maybe discuss like what's one of your favorite punk rock songs.
Punk Watt song, my favorite Punk Watt song. I mean, I'd have to say probably be, I Want to Marry You, Bitch. That was probably one of my favorites. But, I mean, honestly, Johnny Rockets, we had some great tunes. iTunes. What? Oh man, seriously, come on. I think.
I'm sorry.
No, you know what?
We
I
just-
mean, we're, and like I said, yeah, we're at the time.
I'm sorry, John, we just have.
We're done. We're done, guys. All right. Yeah, we're all done. Thanks.